Hey guys, so we've finally found the whatever it was, the segment on the Great Forest National Park that was plugged on the Today Show this morning. So I thought we'd have a little fun and pull it apart because it's full of mistruths, and this guy can't even get the whole idea of a state forest and a state park being a different thing. So let's just dive right in, shall we?
A group of Victorian adventurers are pushing for a new national park to be created just outside of Melbourne.
Talk about a transition.
Yeah, quite
maybe that's what Two Guns needs. They want to protect 525,000 hectares of at-risk forest in the Central Highlands of Victoria and give families a new era.
At risk. So their sentiment has been, that the forests have been at risk of logging. It's all logging. It's all this. It's all that. Leadbeater possum, all that. That's been the whole reason for this push for this park. Now that logging's gone, the biggest risk to these forests now is bushfire. Funny that. So the big risk that's going to happen is that these forests face is being locked up and not managed properly because they're a big national park. And they're just going to go up in flames. We all know it. We all know that it's coming. And these people are just so thick. They're so stuck in their ideology that they can't actually see that we need to manage the bush. But anyway, let's continue on.
Families a new area to explore. Adventurer Beau Miles joins us from Mount Cannibal in Garfield North. Good morning, big fella. Nice to see you this morning. Why do we need a new national park?
Sorry, but I have to say it. This guy, like, can someone feed him a steak? Like, or get a burger, something into him. He's not looking too healthy, mate. I do have the famous guide that wasn't wanted and was sent to me for free. Really interested to find out how much this actually costs to get it onto the Today Show, because no one else is covering it. And the only way that this got put on the Today Show this morning but anywho, that's what happens when you're dealing with global environmentalist groups with millions and millions and millions of dollars. Oh God, I just saw friend of the leadbeater possum man, the one who gets around with a dead possum hanging off him. Beau Miles, runner, YouTuber, adventurer, 118. There's that much crap in this. You've just got to sift through. So Beau, he's described as his ideas and experiments are sometimes remarkable, often mundane, and occasionally disgusting. Why would they describe him that way? What? He's a dad, a runner. He's got a PhD in what? Everyone has PhDs these days. It doesn't make you special. It's just a certificate. He's a paddler and an author. And Beau is as authentic as things he makes from other people's junks. Oh, okay, so he's one of those. He's a hoarder that makes stuff in junk. All right. That makes a bit more sense. So we won't get into what he says about the Great Forest National Park that doesn't exist yet, but let's continue on. But can someone just get the man a steak, please?
Well, I reckon we're about due. Good morning, Carl. Hi, Jane. We're I think it was the Atlanta Olympics, 1996, when Victoria last got a national park. I still had bad hair and pimples then. That's a long time ago. I think we're due.
That's how long it's taken you to grow the
a big
beard.
old park. Yeah, I know. I tried for years, you know, too. And they kind of only roll me out these days when they want an impressive beard to kind of represent a big national park.
It's working.
It's that.
They want to promote a great big national park because of his beard. This is just so dumb already. I can't help it. It's so dumb.
Well, look, the park's already here. A lot of it, about 350,000 of those acres is state park already. So now with the memorandum.
See? He literally doesn't even know that it's state forest and it's not state park. That there is a multitude of small national parks that are in different areas across the Central Highlands. What they're trying to do is join this whole area up into 500 and something hectares of national park for the Great Forest National Park that doesn't exist. And he's saying that it's just putting together all the state parks and national parks. This is how much this guy knows.
It's really just about amalgamating it all and making a big statement piece for this. I think it's our biggest city now, Melbourne, or close to Sydney. So we're about due, and it's a hell of a place too. So we think it's a jewel in the crown, and it should be made so.
I love this sort of stuff, and I'm all for it. What?
Oh, Carl. Mate, I used to like you. All right, the Carl Stefanovic campaign is next on the list. We will be turning Carl's opinion around on this. I wonder if they'll let me on the Today Show. I'm going to do some investigating and some inquiring. I would happily do that. So if you're listening, anyone from the Today Show, yeah, we'd like our side of things heard, because you do ask him about us. So, but yeah, Carl, you're on my list.
What's holding it up? What's the problem?
Well, I mean, as you can imagine, making a national park is tricky, and you've got an awful lot of people with an awful lot of opinions, and they're good opinions too. A lot of people use this, a lot of the state park that is in and around a lot of the national parks within it.
He still says state park. He does not know that they are state forests. What the hell? A state park is the step up from a national park. It's run by Parks Victoria. State forests are run by DECA. They are not a park. They're forests. God, who let this guy get on there and try and talk about this? Because he has no idea what he's talking about. Get back to your running, mate.
So look, I think it's just a time thing where people just got to get used to the idea that this is a big park now, that its main form of income is tourism. Hunters like bearded types and non-bearded.
It's just a matter of time. We've just got to get used to it. That's what. But this one big national park is going to happen. We've just got to get used to it, guys. All right. We'll start therapy. We'll start therapy. What's the first step of grief is acceptance or something. I think it's anger. I might stick with anger. This is not happening. You are a literal paid person, paid to get on there and push this park narrative. And it's so funny because No one else is even covering this anymore because it's so far out of like anyone's interest. No, everyone knows that this isn't going to happen. So they've obviously splashed cash at the Today Show. Like, and the Today Show's like, oh yeah, well, we're broke enough to take it. I don't know, they're desperate enough. But you've just got to get used to it. No. And the tourism, we all know that is just utter BS. It's shit. It is literal. It's what was delivered to the Premier's office. Bullshit. There is studies that have been done, not by the, the green groups who pay their way and pay for what for the outcome that they want. We know that our economies in the towns that are affected by this stupid massive park are going to go in the toilet. But you people can't stop with your stupid narrative, even though it's been debunked. I just don't understand the mentality. Like, it's like the survey, the 80% survey. We've pulled it apart that many times. It's 1,300 people that you interviewed. You asked loaded questions like, do you like taking your family out in a national park? And that was made to be that you support the Great Forest National Park, and that there's an 80% support rate for new national parks. Like, you people are just ridiculous.
Types and fisher people and forward drivers and whoever just wants to come out and use it, So I'll get out of my green and gold in a minute and go for a run, and it's the best start to my day. And in fact, that's why I live on the edge of this big, huge tract of forest, because it's a.
Oh, he lives on the edge of this, like I do. I wonder if he's aware of all the bushfire risk. I wonder if he's got any insurance on his house, because that's surely going to be gone soon. Just saying. Or your premiums are going to be way up there, mate. The whole thing's going to burn. It's not even an if, it's a when. And you're living on the outskirts of that area, and you're advocating for this stupid thing. Your beard will even singe. What will you do without your beard, man? Have you got that insured? Oh.
Leisure dream. It's brilliant. And Melbourne needs it simply because we're running out of car parks on the edge of Melbourne. So make it bigger, make it a thing. And I think it's win-win for everyone, the local economy, and for folks getting out into some bush.
Well, as I understand it, you've already written the guidebook.
Good for the local economy. Get some people out into the bush. What do they think that it's used for now? Get people out into the bush where there's no restrictions and people can do what they want in the bush with their dog. Take their dog. You pay, like, for God's sake, can you, Reese, at least make sure your spokesperson knows what they're talking about before they get on national TV. Just a little tip between you and I, all right?
Book for this national park that hasn't yet been designated. What's in it? Like, what are the sell it to us?
Well, yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, write a guidebook and then the rest will follow. It's an excellent resource, full of maps and
It's full of maps of state forests. And then you guys saying that you can do all this stuff because it's state forest, but then you're calling it a national park. Like, the whole thing changes once you change it into a national park, but you've written your guide as it being state forest rules. It's really bizarre. This whole book and how he says, like, build it and they will come. Write it and they will come. No. You've just, that is just imaginary, like fairy, whatever's going on in your brain, mate. Like, I swear, some of these people are just so hung up on the idea of this park that it's like a cult. It is a cult. They don't actually see an outside. So, yeah, we created a guide for a park that doesn't exist. And we put in all the things you can do in the area now, which will change if it becomes a national park. And we're charging $30 a pop for it too. Why do you think I wouldn't pay for it? I had to wait for someone to contact me that had a family member that didn't want it and gave it to her. So she posted it to me. It's like pass a parcel, the hot potato. You take it. No, you take it. No, you take it. Oh, anyway.
My mediocre little chapter in it and there's lots of much better content than mine in there, written by some really dedicated folks that know this place back to front. And it's it's the kind of thing people always kind of know. We've got this big tract of forest here, but to make it a world-class something like a Yosemite or a Yellowstone is really viable. We're in this supercharged 38 degrees south of the equator here. It's the most carbon-rich forest on the planet, remarkably. And it's also got a whole bunch of...
There's that word, carbon-rich. They cannot help it. They put their foot in it every single time. So can you hear the carbon sequestration, the way that we're going to bring money in for the government through the carbon? I cannot believe this guy got on national TV and tried to push this. It's literally the whole thing is just going to burn, and then what's going to happen to your carbon credits? And also note, one of the directors, the people who are behind this whole plan, they're actually involved in a carbon credit trading scheme. Just a little bit of insider info there for you.
Critters in there that are endangered or threatened, and it needs to be cared for, but it also needs people to go experience it. So that's my shtick, I'm not a political type, but I just want people to go out and go running and fishing and...
Oh my God. So now the winter family activities. So you got bushwalking you can do now. It's a state forest. Everything that he says that you can do in this park, you can already do in a state forest. Not a state park, state forest. You can do in a state forest without all of the overhead green tape and the $900 fine if you step off a stupid gravel path, a fine for taking your dog, everything. Booking to camp. We're going to have little designated camping spots. I've seen the map that you guys made out. Crap all camping spots. Everyone's going to be just smooshed in together, and you're going to make your little money out of your camping fees because the free camping's over. So yeah, horse riding. Okay, where? Because I looked at your map of where your activities are. There is basically no area where you will be able to do your activities. They don't even say that you can horse ride. They don't say that you can motorbike ride. They don't say you can do anything. It's called activities. And they're in tiny little designated areas. Just remember that. Four-wheel driving, you can do that now. And it's still maintained. It's maintained better than a national park. Literally, Tim Quilty asked when he was in Parliament, he asked, what would it cost to turn all of these national parks back into state forests, and they said it was unachievable. They could never do it. Why? Because it would be too expensive. Too expensive. Because then they actually have to maintain it. What does that say? Lock and leave. And all of the towns inside, outside, around it, well, basically the whole of Victoria, well, central Victoria, will go up in flames. So, yeah, cool. Nice one, buddy.
Bike riding and take their four-wheel drives on certain tracks, whatever it might be. And it's, you know, I think it's kind of ticks the boxes for family types, for singles, for older folks who want to write poetry, whatever it might be.
It's a beautiful thing. Do we need to change the name from Mount Cannibal to something a little more appetizing?
Oh, yeah, well, it's going to be the Great Forest National Park. I reckon it should be the Bloody Great Forest National Park or the Bloody Great Bush. But I think that would be very famous, the Bloody Great Bush National Park. It. But I don't know if that would fly.
It's a great song for some BCFing fun, that's for sure.
Yes. Good on you, champion. Good luck with it all.
Thank you.
Yeah, good luck with it all. Good luck. Good luck. These people, oh my God. Oh, these people, I swear. Anyway, so I thought that would be fun to just dig into old Captain Redbeard there. Let him know he's got a lot wrong. And yeah, Rees, I probably wouldn't be putting him back on as your spokesperson. Didn't really do a good job. But yeah, we might, I'll see, pop this video up. We might even go live and have a bit of a live discussion about this. So stay tuned.